Flock and Haze.
Haze.
That's my favorite Jimi Hendrix song. Flock and Haze.
Yeah. Flock and Haze.
My brain.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Welcome once again to Chill Filtered, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to, but you probably are, you probably should, all that goodies, all that stuff. Thanks for joining us today. We like you, in case you're wondering. Let's get to some business before.
In case the only reason you were listening was to see whether we like you or not. Rest assured. We like you.
Rest assured, we like you. Even if your name's Mitzelprick or whatever. And you're gave us 1 star on Apple Podcasts. That's a way that you can support us this week. What? No, it was something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's enough to be like you look at it once and you think that's how it's said. But we don't hate that guy.
You remember that it had the word prick in it. That's for sure.
Did it? I thought I was like making that up. Maybe it was Prink or something.
No,
I don't know.
Dude, I have no idea. I was just joking.
that was Robbie used to call him that, and I was like, oh, that's okay. But yeah, that's the way you can support us this week, everyone. You can leave us a review. Hey, if you want to leave us a 1-star review, that's okay. We don't hate you. That's why we like you. Well, no, we like you because you probably should and you probably are. No, I'm kidding. I'm going way off today. So yeah, that's the way you can support us this week. If you're on Apple Podcasts or even just have an Apple account, go to Chill Filtered and just leave us a review. We haven't gotten one in a while and we would love one. That means you, person that's like, maybe that applies to me. The bell tolls for thee, my friend. Even though that's a misrepresentation of that poem, it tolls for thee. You ever read John Donne?
No idea.
Do you know that poem?
I'm familiar with the infamy of the words. Yes.
Yeah. So I read into it recently, and at first I thought it meant like we're all part of this community, and it sort of is about that. I won't read it, but you could read it on your own. Ask Google or something like that. John Donne. That's Donne, I believe. But it really has to do with more so death and community. And it says, ask not. It basically starts out saying like, no man is an island in and of itself. And then it talks about, like when a piece of the island is removed from us, blah, 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 blah. And then it says, ask not for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. And it's like this double meaning of like the bell tolls really represents death. But it also represents being a part of a community and being a part of a nation, because he was talking about, I believe, England at the time. And I'm going way off, and we've lost a few listeners already. So, but I enjoy old poetry. Yeah.
Tell me, is this all coming back to you from like school days or what? Like, is this something you enjoy in your adulthood?
So I don't get too much. I basically in high school I used to study epic poetry because I studied Latin, and I studied like the Aeneid and like translated the Aeneid. And then I started to like enjoy that stuff, and I thought I was like deep in poetry and stuff like that, but I just realized like I was just doing it, like I just really wasn't. Like it was kind of just a show thing. But then like later in life and later in college and after college, there were a few poems that stood out, and the real poems that stood out were probably For Whom the Bell Tolls, John Donne. And then I really like Sylvia Plath. And for those that know Sylvia Plath, do you know who Sylvia Plath was?
Just know the name.
So she was she wrote a few books, and most of them being poetry. And her main book that most people know is called The Bell Jar. And Sylvia Plath was very depressed. And like notably, like they call The Bell Jar the more depressed female version of Catcher in the Rye. Have you ever read Catcher in the Rye?
I'm sure when I was in high school.
Yeah. But there's kind of like a mental health side of both books, but much more so, in my opinion, in The Bell Jar. And it has to do with a young woman who is kind of in the depths and the throes, as they say, of a mental health crisis almost. And I enjoyed that book. But her poetry is like crazy, really depressed. Like really like you don't question whether she had some sort of mental illness. And I don't mean that in a, like, I'm a person with a history of mental illness. I don't mean that in a way that's like, yo, she was mentally ill. No, like she was depressed. In the end, she stuck her head in a gas oven until she died.
Wow.
But I loved one of her poems, and it was one of her more famous ones, and it was called Lady Lazarus. And why I liked that poem was because it kind of detailed her own death. And I'm, as a person with a history of depression, there's a weird connection with suicide. I'm not afraid to die. I dealt with suicidal thoughts for a long time, and even like ideations and stuff. But I don't deal with that anymore, thank God. But that being said, the Lady Lazarus, it like I said, how she, took her own life. It was with a gas oven, until she like died. Not the heat, just the gas, for the record. And she said in Lady Lazarus, lines like, I could do it in a cell. I could do it till it feels like hell. It's the theatrical, she said. And not in order, but she said like phrases like that. And you're like, dang. So that being said, if you are having trouble with mental illness, or you feel like you don't have someone to talk to, please reach out to someone and talk to them, because it's more common than you think. And suicide is not something anyone wants. And so we are in big support of getting help for mental illness. That's all I got to say. Yeah. What are you entry buzzing on? And what's your life like? What's going on?
Dude, today is like, I cannot remember the last time I had such I just need a whole do-over day, man. Today not nice.
Well, I thought you were about to say, I need a drink. And I'm like, good thing you didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Well, true that my mind didn't go there immediately.
Hey.
This is my first drink of the day, my entry buzz here, which, by the way, is Knob Creek 18, because we're drinking the 21 on the show today.
Nice.
And I friggin' love it, man. It's just, it's so, for the proof, it's so rich. It doesn't necessarily. So this is batch 2. We've killed my batch 1, and I've moved on to batch 2. But I thankfully imposed restrictions on myself to not buy another 18 batch until I finish batch 2, if I'm ever going to again. Because batch 3 came out, and I immediately was like, oh my God, I gotta get it. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. At that time, I hadn't even opened my batch 2 yet. So I was like, maybe this is just like all the others, where you don't need to buy every single one of these.
But you love Knob. You're a Knob Creek fanatic.
Which is why I had no question in my mind that I was going to buy the 21.
Oh, heck yeah.
Even though it's $2.50, I mean, there's a lot of sentimental weight on the Knob brand for me with the 21 and everything. It was like, I'm not buying this. So anyway, that is why here in my hands, as I'm holding up, is the Knob 21. Nice. Very similar bottle label on here too. It's the 18 is a little more reddish, and the 21 is a little more like darker brown.
Because the 15 is like dark red, or is like blatant red.
Yeah, I think it is more red. Yeah. The 15 is, which I've had one of those too, and frankly, I hated it. It was
the 15.
15 batch 2. I thought was garbage, man. I thought it was bad.
The first 15 I had was too oaky, and it might have been batch 1. I don't know. Yeah.
It's just like, I remember saying, why would I ever want to drink this when I could just drink the 12? Like the 12 was better than the 15 in my opinion. But then the 18 brought it back up again, where it's like, oh yeah, we're back to linear now. Here's where we should be on that upward slope. And then 21, well, we'll see when we do it on the show.
We'll find out.
But anyway, today's just been a disaster of a day. My Tonks, my cat, just has decided she's going to start peeing everywhere. Not everywhere.
Oh,
I'm exaggerating
chonk
a
and
little bit,
tonks.
but she just like right around her litter box. She keeps it very confined to the litter box area, but
Yeah.
she'll do it on these little mats that I have set up next to the litter box, and it's like, girl, like you're so close to the litter box, come on.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it doesn't all make it on the mat, and so today I had to like pull out the table from where her area is, and I had to scrub the floor and everything. I was going nuts for like 30 minutes, and then I was working from home today, and then our internet went out, and I log into CenturyLink, and CenturyLink's like, okay, yeah, there is an outage in your area. Expect service to be restored by noon tomorrow. And I'm like,
Wow,
screw
that's
you.
bad. You're like, I
Yeah,
need a refund.
full 24 hours, man. And
That's
like
unreasonable.
couldn't be better timing here for me to actually decide. Google Fiber is installed in my neighborhood now.
That's right.
Just as of like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, my internet's been fine. Do I really need to switch? But after this, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna check out Google Fiber.
What's your current typical speed?
It's pretty freaking high. It's about
Oh, yeah.
800
Okay,
to
good.
900 megabits per second. Yeah.
Yeah, we when I lived in Phoenix, we were like maxing out at 100, and that was like the best option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it was back in those days,
Okay.
before fiber really rolled out here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, and plus Google Fiber will be like $10-15 cheaper than what I pay now too. So yeah, it's kind of a
no-brainer. Pixel while you're at it.
Yeah. Does Google Fiber only work for Google devices? Can my Apple devices still access the internet?
It'll be worth the savings to get the new phone. So
anyway, other little things too that have just been like, once you feel down emotionally, all it takes is the slightest inconvenience for me to be like, oh, of course that would happen. Oh, of course. And it's like, we're talking about like little things here, but it's just because I'm in like a funk today where I'm just pissed off at everything.
You're like, oh, good for you.
Yeah. Everything's like, oh, of course that would happen. Yeah. So anyway, happy to stop thinking about things and to just hang out with you here for a bit.
Let me ask you a few questions. Did your espresso machine work this morning?
It did. Actually, it was so funny. I was chatting with Bryan Duncan earlier this morning about stuff, and I was like, I actually sent him a picture of like a shot coming out of my portafilter and everything. And he was like, God, I could use one of those right now. But anyway, that was a little highlight of the day. And a good thing that happened today is I realized today that Pizza Hut now delivers to my house. So we have a scheduled delivery here coming up where we're gonna have pizza for dinner.
What a pro. I know you're a big Pizza Hut man. So
I am nostalgia wise. Gotta be a pan pepperoni pizza, man. Gotta get that crunchy crust. Oh, so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like every now and then I'll get that stuffed crust.
That's what Sam got, stuffed crust today. And frankly, I haven't had Pizza Hut stuffed crust in probably like 10 years. So I'm pretty excited to see how that is.
Time to give it another shot. Yeah. Now that they deliver. For
sure.
You know what's funny? Three things. First of all, it's amazing what perspective can do to someone. Like me and you, we're pretty grateful people. You had a rough day, but you can see the good in it,
Yeah.
But then secondly, Sam had a birthday this week.
That's right. Yeah.
And I know that. Here's why I remember Sam's birthday. Have I told you this?
No.
So the number 1,127 comes up a lot for me for some reason. Like I see its places, and it's been probably a year or so since I've probably seen it in the wild. But I started to realize like this is a number I come across a lot. And then her birthday is 11/27. So
yeah, I love that. That like the first time I would have told you when her birthday was, you're like, what? There it is again.
It's meant to be. It's like why I brought you on as a host, because I'm like, it's meant to be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
the little things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar thing with a buddy
Mhm.
of mine, Josh. His birthday's October 2nd, and 1002 just comes up all the time. It's so weird.
Really?
Yeah.
1024 is a number as well. 1024, which is 2 to the 10th.
Right.
But that's a number that I've come across. In fact, I claim that one as like my favorite number.
Ooh.
But it's weird how much 1127 comes up. And like 1024, you see it a lot of places because it's 2 to the 10th.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of cool.
Right.
Where else do you see 1002?
I couldn't even tell you specific examples. It's just like I go get a burrito and my total with tax is 1002. So I snap a
Nice.
picture and I send it to Josh. It's like,
Oh, that's cool.
It's just like random little things all the time where it's like, oh, there it is again.
Yeah. You do anything for Black Friday this year?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been shopping for sure. Man, I've been shopping so much. I don't even think I could tell you everything that I bought.
Nice.
But yeah, I keep a list of things
Mhm.
that like, oh, that would be fun, but we don't need it right now, but maybe I'll
Yeah.
just check around Black Friday.
Yeah.
And so this year, like on the list was like some Emma stuff, like the stuffed
Mhm.
animals that we like to get her. They're called
Cute.
jelly cats.
I
Jelly cat.
love Jellycat. Don't get me
Yeah.
started on Jellycat.
Yeah, yeah. So, but Jellycat didn't do anything for Black
Oh,
Friday, Cyber Monday, anything like that.
jerks.
They didn't have any sales. So I was like, okay, well, I don't need anything. But
Yeah.
there was plenty of stuff that I had like identified, like, oh, well, these are all the things I want to get Sam for Christmas. So I'm
Mhm.
just, whether stuff is on sale or not, I'm just plowing through my list and buying
Totally.
all the presents right now. Yeah.
Mhm. Speaking of which, I got to courier you your Christmas
Ooh,
gift in the
I
next
know.
few days, likely. Actually, yes, in the next few days,
Oh, I thought you were saying you
because
did it already. Okay.
no, I have to, because I'm gonna be out of town
Oh, that's
from
right.
Wednesday through Sunday because I'm going to
Yeah.
Disney World.
Oh, yeah, right. And I'll yeah, likewise me to you. And yeah, that needs to happen by ideally later this week. So
And
gotta
then
remember
I'll
that.
reach out to your wife and make
Mhm.
sure she unpacks it and make sure everything is kosher.
Cool. Kosher.
Um,
Salt? You got me salt?
no, I got you Buffalo Trace kosher.
Got enough
Um,
of that already.
yeah, seriously, yeah. But it's not bad. I mean, honestly, their
Yeah.
weeded one is lame, but otherwise
One of
it's good.
them, I don't remember. I think we agreed. So that's probably the same for me.
I think
But
it's the weeded
what
bourbon, yeah.
one of them was like, what? And but then the other two were like, wow, these are actually really good.
Yeah. From what I remember, the rye recipe bourbon and the rye whiskey are decent.
Nice. Yeah.
But the kosher weeded bourbon is subpar, way subpar, weeded recipe Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
from what my recollection.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, speaking of wheat, I have the 19-year Heaven Hill Heritage Collection wheat
Ooh.
whiskey. And as
Yeah.
I mentioned to you without revealing what I'm drinking, this is one of the most agreeable whiskeys. It is no sharp edges at all. It
Mhm.
goes down nice, hint of like dark chocolate as opposed to like that fake chocolate you can get on younger stuff. Like this is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I probably like it even more than I originally did on the episode, which I did like it a lot for the record. But this is just a very, very agreeable whiskey. Too bad it's like $350, but
Yeah.
it's still good.
Was it
Um,
350 in
I want to say
Virginia?
it's 350. Yeah.
Because I remember, yeah. But actually, I think in Phoenix it was like 380 or
Oh yeah.
370,
Not
something like
surprised.
that. Because like there's always a little weird markup, even at like Total Wine and stuff in
Yeah.
Phoenix. And it was, I think it was the first thing I ever put no thanks on for the Total
Oh
Wine
wow. Mhm.
lottery. Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
like it was basically like I was paying secondary for it after tax.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
then
that's kinda what it is, yeah. I
yeah,
don't know if secondary is much higher than what it actually is, yeah.
yeah, hardly. Yeah, yeah. So it's like
Yeah,
if I really wanted one, then I could just get one if I
yeah,
wanted to, whenever. So
yeah.
whatever.
Um, any other thoughts before we?
Yeah.
Because I kinda wanted to break a record lately and do our break before 20 minutes in.
Oh, okay. Well, real quick,
Bring it on.
revel in my excitement with
I'm
me.
down.
The
Dude,
but
ready.
Buffalo Trace Antique Collection drops happened just this past week, and through various sources that shall not be named, this year my haul ended up being Saz 18,
Nice,
Eco Rare 17, and
wow,
George T. Stagg.
what a baller!
I
And if
know.
Sazerac ever gets back to us, maybe we'll get Willie LaRue.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
That'd
But
be
anyway,
crazy.
so that is what we will get to drink on our Christmas episode.
Dude, I'm stoked.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to mention that as the notes we get to this week. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm stoked.
All
Those are
right,
the good
10
ones.
seconds. Close it out. 10
Oh,
seconds.
quick. And if you guys want to see us on the other side of this break, hang in there and we'll be right back.
Today's episode is brought to you by the one and only Robert Anasagasti. Rob is the self-made, big-hearted owner of Tyler's Place, which is a wonderful social center for individuals of all ages with developmental disabilities, where Rob pours his entire heart into his work, friends, and family. Rob's a guy who's never afraid to speak his mind, especially when it comes to making sure everyone's being taken care of, which is one of the best qualities a friend can have. He does have a well-known weakness, though, and that's Irish whiskey. Ever since he took a trip to Ireland and toured the Dingle Distillery, among others, he's been obsessed with Irish whiskey. If you owe Rob a favor, don't worry about cash. He's always willing to accept a good bottle of Irish whiskey instead. And to get a little more personal, I owe it to Rob that I found my way into the best whiskey friend crowd I've got. Rob was the one who united all of us Phoenix Total Wine goers in the early days, inviting us over to his house and beginning the regular bottle shares we have to this day. So cheers to Rob. We appreciate your support of the Chill Filtered podcast via patreon.com. Thanks.
And we're back. Drink along. I don't know why I wrote that down or why I said that out loud, but we'll do one this month and it's going to be dope. Keep it in mind. What are we drinking?
It's the Del Bach.
Sentinel cast strength, people. If you want to be a part of our cool drink alongs, patreon.com/chillfilter, $10 tier or more. You could be a part of amazing community drink alongs and it's worth it. I mean, how much would you pay at a bar for Sentinel cast strength? At least $10.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 18. Honestly,
yeah.
Like it's a more of a budget, small distillery, interesting, unique product because it is the only cast strength single barrel they've ever done.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And how much would you pay for something like Kentucky Owl Batch 12? A lot more. And that was what we did 2 months ago. So stuff like that. If you want to be a part of our Patreon, be a part of our community. All right, other notes to get to, whatever. Christmas episode coming up. Okay, so this is a week out. From the time this episode comes out, you should probably be shipping, if you're intending to ship a gift for the podcast, I would get on that very soon. And whether it's, it doesn't need to be a bottle of whiskey, it doesn't need to be whiskey related, just a gift. That's how you get into the runnings. First of all, Bryan and I will choose our individual Gifty's Choice bottles. My Gifty's Choice winner will get a Foul North Songle Barrel, our first Songle Barrel for the podcast. And at least on when it sold out in minutes, it was 110 or 106 or something like that. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably worth more now because it's us. No, I'm kidding. But it's probably people would probably spend for it for sure. And then Bryan's Gifty's Choice will be a Michter's Barrel Strength Rye from 2025. Otherwise, if we get a total of 4 gifties or gifters, we will release to a random person the Old Forester Single Barrel Strength Rye. If we get 6 givers of gifts, E.H. Taylor Single Barrel, 8 Old Forester 1924. And if we get 10 givers, we'll have a random drawing for all of those, plus Old Weller Antique 107. So we got some fun bottles in there. If you want to be a part of it, just be a part of our community. but a part of our tradition as well. We've been doing this for many years. In fact, I remember the first Christmas episode. We didn't do a crowdsourced gifty kind of thing, but I remember Adam and I exchanged gifts, and I remember I got him a flask. I don't remember what he got me, but I just remember it was a fun time.
Nice. Was it like branded? Was it like chill filtered branded flask?
No, definitely not that at the time. So, but we've had a lot of fun over the years. Like I just have memorable gifts from the past. So this episode comes out on December 8th. You have until December 15th to send us something. If you need our addresses, reach out on Instagram. If you want to surprise us somehow, reach out to R Deadlow. That's RDEDLOW on Instagram, and he will get you our addresses so you can make it a surprise if you want it to. Otherwise, if you're running late and you've already purchased something, Whiskey Shaman comes to mind. He says, I'm worried it won't come in time or something like that. You can send it, but also just send us an email and say, like, don't open until Christmas episode on the title, and just tell us what you got us, and we'll share it with people when we do that episode.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Actually, yeah, we've done that before. There's precedent.
We did it with Sean Ciara.
Yeah, that's right. And just to actually put a date on it, I mean, realistically, considering, I'm on the west side of the US and Cole's on the east side of the US, your cutoff date might be December 9 or 10 to get something in the mail. Or, if you're just straight up buying something on Amazon, you could do that on December 12th or 14th or so. That'd probably be all right.
Yeah. Did you get something from Miles yet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a big box.
Oh yeah, you got a big box. I got a box about this big.
Dude, mine looks like I could fit a pair of shoes. It looks like a shoe box almost.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's probably a pair of shoes.
What a baller.
Whiskey shoes.
He's coming in. He wants to win that Songle barrel. I know that. Yeah. He said he's running out of his Songle barrel right now, and he's like, that was one of the best things I've drank over the past few years. So yeah,
for sure,
he's coming in hot.
Yeah.
All right, this week, Knob Creek. Did we mention? Yeah, we mentioned what we're drinking. Knob Creek 21 year. It's a bourbon. This is definitely not our first Knob Creek brand episode. Believe it or not, this is our 6th. We've covered everything from Knob Creek Limited Edition 2018 Rye, which I know you're a fan of, to Knob Creek 15, Knob Creek 10-year Rye, and more. Funny enough, we've never really done a standard like single barrel episode or like a small batch knob episode. Although I guess standard would technically be considered a Knob Creek 10-year Rye these days because it's a shelfer, right? The 10-year Rye.
Yeah, right? Totally a shelfer.
Yeah, so that counts. Most recently we covered that rye, but that was over almost a year and a half ago. Can you believe that? We did the 10-year rye like June of 2024.
No, I cannot.
That's crazy.
Frankly, I can hardly even remember that we did that. Like that just doesn't.
That's how you know you're a co-host, when you forget what episodes we have done. Yeah.
Right.
It's official. So I had a cool history today, and I'm excited to share it. So I was going to talk about basically old bourbons, like 20 plus year bourbons today. And with the inclusion of what we're drinking today, Knob Creek, for most of bourbon's modern history, whiskey has this old, 21 years, does not really exist on shelves. Or at least it didn't exist on shelves. A 21-year-old bourbon like Knob Creek 21 year feels normaler now than it had been. But for nearly 30 years, bottles like this were all but extinct. Back in the 1950s through about the early 1970s, long-aged bourbon wasn't rare at all. Distilleries routinely laid down whiskey for 15, 18, and even 20 years. I think of that one episode we did on the Monticello. It was a 1915 released. It was either 17 or 15 years, and it came out I think it was a 15 year that came out in 1917. It was released in 1917. Gotcha. 15 years in 1917. That was no big deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, the demand in those times were strong. Whiskey was America's dominant spirit, and producers planned decades ahead with confidence. Aging bourbon long wasn't considered risky. It was simply part of doing business in the whiskey world. And then the bottom dropped out, as they say. In the late 70s and through the 1980s, America shifted away from brown spirits toward vodka, light rum, and wine. Bourbon sales collapsed. This period became known as the bourbon glut, which we've mentioned before. Warehouses were overflowing with barrels that nobody really wanted to buy. And distilleries stopped filling as many barrels and more importantly, they stopped planning for long-term aging. And there was no financial reason to let a whiskey sit for 20 years because the younger 6 to 8 year bourbons weren't even selling at all. So for the next few decades, ultra-aged bourbon quietly vanished. Not because distillers forgot how, but because it made no business sense to tie up barrels and warehouse space for 2 decades with no guarantee that the market would ever even want them. And slowly everything changed after the early 1990s and into the early 2020 or 2000s. Bourbon began its long comeback. One of the turning points was the dang it, my printer. There's like one part of one word.
Do you remember the jerk? Steve Martin.
No,
The
I've never
jerk?
seen it.
What? It's like maybe
I'm down,
number two favorite movie of mine.
Next to Nacho Libre, of course.
Next to Young Frankenstein. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, there's this part where she leaves him, the main romantic interest leaves Steve Martin, and he's he has this weird thing where he can like talk to the dog. And he's like trying to figure out like, where'd she go? And the dog barks and he's like, what note? And then he like finds a note on the bathroom floor. And like he was in the tub. So when he ran out of the tub, he like got water everywhere and he's trying to read the note. And he's like, dear Naven,
that's what I should have done.
Gibberish stuff.
Oh, I love that. I've heard great things about that movie, so I do have to watch it.
It's just ridiculous. It's halfway to slapstick of like Airplane, those kinds of movies.
Oh, totally. Halfway to Heather. I did figure out what word I have blotted out, and it's one of the turning points was the creation of premium small batch and higher proof releases led by visionaries like Booker Noe, who created Knob Creek line. Like what a baller, what a legend. Enthusiasts started seeking out older, bolder, and more expressive whiskey, but even then, most producers were still catching up. You can't rush 20 years of aging, which I thought, like, you just can't rush it. You just gotta wait. You can only wait, until the barrels you filled quite a long time ago are ready. And here's the thing. It's risky going that old, but I'll get into that. This is what makes bottles like Knob Creek 21 historically special. This whiskey was likely distilled in the early 2000s before anyone knew the modern bourbon boom was coming. And these barrels weren't laid down as luxury products. They survived by patience, good warehouse conditions, and a little bit of faith. The survival is the right word. Over 21 Kentucky summers, a bourbon barrel can lose half or more of its volume or to evaporation. And I'll get more into the evaporation loss in a moment. But, things like tannins intensify. The risk of over oaking grows every moment. Only a small fraction of barrels ever even make it this far and still taste balanced enough to bottle. So Knob Creek 21 doesn't just represent age. It represents a lost era of bourbon planning that disappeared for decades and has only recently returned. It's the rare intersection of old world whiskey thinking and modern bourbon demand. So for nearly 30 years, 20 plus year bourbon was it was a historical footnote. I mean, what kind of things out there can you say were 20 years old these days? Especially over the past 10 years. Besides Pappy 20 and 23. But yeah, today is one of the most coveted categories in American whiskey. And this bottle is proof that sometimes the most remarkable whiskey stories start with barrels nobody ever expected to survive this long. What we're drinking today, Knob Creek 21 year, mash bill, 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malty bees. Obviously, it's a bourbon and it's 21 years. This is batch 1 of this release, and it came out this year, 2025. It is 100 proof. And when I looked up, and it wasn't a confirmed evaporation loss, but I read something in an article that was talking about Knob Creek 21, and it mentioned 75 to 80% evaporation loss. It's not confirmed, but what I did read was like less than I even expected. You look at like George T. Stagg and like Eagle 17 evaporation loss, and it's like 85.
Yeah,
Sometimes, and even more
like 90% usually.
Yeah.
And
And go ahead.
non-chill filtered. Yeah, non-chill filtered.
Hey, that's not the name of the podcast.
But can you confirm?
Oh, let me check. I can't confirm based on what I know now, but Google knows
what the back of this bottle says.
Back
of the bottle says Knob Creek 21. Oh, it says it's unfiltered right here, which I assume
unfiltered
is of the chilling variety, but it just says Knob Creek 21 is unfiltered. We quality screen for barrel char pieces, but the rest we keep intact. It's part of what gives whiskey, blah, 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 blah. You might see cloudiness if it gets cold. We call this flock and haze. It means you're.
Oh, we got to use that because we always talk about it. We
don't. You use what?
Flock and haze.
Flock and haze. That sounds like a good bar name, whiskey
band?
Bar name, man. Yeah, rock band. Yeah.
Another thing. Last point. $250 retail. If you can get it at a good price. So. Ooh, great nose for Knob Creek. Great.
That was close to tabletop slap right there.
Yeah. Not what I expected on the nose. This is bright fruity, cherry, strawberry fruity. I only gave it one little sniff, so I got to back it up and see if I still agree with that.
I kind of wish I had poured this about 10 minutes ago, because now I'm comparing the nose to my Knob 18 pour that's been sitting out here for like 30 minutes. But I will say right off the bat, man, it comes across with way more wood spice on the nose than the Knob 18. The Knob 18 comes across way more like stewed fruits and just kind of calm sugar, nothing pointy or spicy at all. Yeah. But the 21's got some spice to it.
I'm getting more fruity than spicy, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I've like let this sit enough, but great nose. I've lessened the amplification or whatever the word is of the cherry strawberry, but it's there. It's there. It's just not as potent as I remember the first like half sniff.
Nice. As you sip, I will say, God, that's so good.
I love good.
I love it so much, man.
Nothing what I expected. Go on.
So yeah, and like the sharp spices that I was getting on the nose do not manifest themselves in a sharp way on the palate. No. But I think what I get from that is an incredibly long finish. There's a baking spice finish on this that is still going from the entire time I've been talking now. I just it's the perfect level of spice where it doesn't stand out and become abrasive in any way. It just stays forever.
This is it reminds me a little bit of my entry buzz, the 19-year Heaven Hill Heritage Wheat, because it is very agreeable. Definitely better than your average knob. No peanut notes, which I don't hate on peanut notes, but they're not like something I want concentrated in my bourbon. This is fruity, well-aged. The big things I'm getting are cherries, but not like overwhelming cherries. Almost like a Bing cherry, sweet, not Luxardo or like maraschino. This is really good cherry. Oh man, let me go. I have only had one sip, and or maybe two, but this is great.
Yeah, I just went back and forth there between 18 and 21. The 18, man, I thought I liked it a lot, but I like the 21 way more than the 18. And so now I'm like over the moon that I don't have some unopened batch 3 sitting in the cabinet somewhere. Like, dude, the 21 it tastes like there is more than 3 years difference between these.
Yeah.
The 21 has so much more barrel char, leather, tannins.
Hmm.
There's just so much going on the 21, whereas the 18 to me is like kind of the toned down, more agreeable version of this. The 18 is just sweeter, not spicy at all. More fruity though, I do think, on the 18.
Yeah.
But man, the
Okay.
21 is just the better bourbon by a mile.
And it's not over oaked at
Right.
all. And it's got a little good, like a nice dusty note to it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
good stuff.
actually on the nose now too, now
Uh-huh.
that you call out the dustiness, I do see the dustiness on the nose. The
Mhm.
nose is kind of dry, like in the same realm as like baking spices, but it's
Uh-huh.
got this dry oaky thing. Well, actually, there is a little bit of cherry in there too on the nose. It's a
Yeah.
little more on to me, it's a little more on the side of like cough syrup cherry versus like
Uh-huh.
cherry, like fresh
Oh, not
fruity
me.
cherry.
Not
Um,
me.
yeah, which is, honestly also a little surprising because it's only 100 proof. Like you would
Yeah,
have thought that you would get that ethanol-y cough syrupy on something that's higher proof, but
for
it's a little
sure.
bit here. Just shows you how much it stands up on its own here, even
Yeah.
at 100 proof.
Imagine how much water they had to add to each bottle equivalent to get to
Mhm.
the evaporation loss or whatever. I just added a few drops of water. A little sharper on the nose, alcohol wise. Oak is not overwhelming at all. There's a little bit of oak, but it's just a really healthy level. Let's go for the sip.
Yeah, nose is pretty much the same for me. But now that I did on our last episode with Found North,
Hmm.
where I did the science to see how much water does it take, how much does your
Yeah.
ABV drop with a couple drops of water? I put like 11 drops in a 1 ounce pour,
Yeah.
and my ABV dropped from like 56.6 to 56.4. It only dropped like
What?
0.2. Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
So now
So
I'm
I guess
like,
that's not that bad
when I
when you
do a
just
couple
like,
drops
yeah.
now, I'm
Mhm.
probably going to do a couple drops now, just because, like, I want something to be different on this.
Mhm.
With my couple drops though, now I am seeing a little more red fruit on the nose.
Uh-huh. I don't prefer the water pour. There is a dryness, not a bitterness, but a dryness of the finish with water. Um, yeah, it's just not better. I prefer the sweeter, neater, if you know what I'm saying.
I couldn't agree more. It is a little, yeah, it's just drier. Actually,
Mhm.
it almost it took away a lot of the other flavors, but it left the mouth wicky tannins
Yeah.
going on. So it's like now that's kind of a prominent feature on the water pour, where like I get all the mouth wicky stuff, but a lot of that richer flavor is just gone now. So maybe water pour is not great.
All right,
I
I'm
hear
dropping a
some
cube.
cubes, some cubes are rustling over there.
Oh, they be Cuban or they be rustling. All right, gonna drop a.
Dude, I've forgotten to do a cork pop for like
Oh
for like
yeah, whatever happened to that? Bring it
20
on.
episodes. I feel like it's been forever. Granted, I did just open this a little bit ago for my first pour, but here's a second pour
Still.
cork pop for you.
Ooh, sounds
Pretty-
like Knob Creek.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, great nose with a little
With
bit of
ice,
ice.
yeah. Okay, good.
It brightens up in a really fruity way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Just take a step back here and
Uh-huh.
realize we are putting ice in our 21-year 100
Yeah, that's
proof
true.
bourbon.
Might as well put Coke in it. No.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what?
I
I
mean, this would taste
genuinely
great with
believe
Coke.
that Coke would go really great with this.
It
Yeah.
really would. This would be one of the best things you could add Coke to.
I might have to go open
Or
a Diet Coke and do a Diet Coke pour.
you should. Reminds me of the like episode, like I think it was 21, where we drank Eagle Rare 17, and it was the last pour of my bottle. And Adam was like, "I'm just gonna add Coke to the last little bit." And I'm like, "Yeah," and it was flat Coke too. And I was like, "Wow."
Either you've told me that or I listened to that, because I actually went through and I listened to some old episodes recently. Yeah, good
It's
stuff.
kind of fun.
Yeah,
Listen to the old ones.
there's a buttery thickness to this. It
On the palate too.
baking spice has left the building, and now we're in like baked dessert. We're in like
Yeah.
a cake, like a
Pastry.
cheesecake, like something
Yeah.
feels like sugary, doughy, just a pile of sugar on this with
Mm-hmm.
some other, like a Snickers bar, man. It kind of smells like a Snickers bar. Maybe not
Not
literally.
for me. More fruity for me. Yeah, it's great. Much better than the neat pour. I mean, the water pour, because it is sweet with a little bit of ice, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Flock and what?
the ice is too good, man.
Yeah.
Flock and where's it? Flock and Haze.
Haze.
That's
Yeah,
my
good stuff.
favorite Jimi Hendrix song. Flock and Haze.
Flock and
Oh, my
Haze.
brain.
Use me while I kiss this guy.
Yes, I also always heard "Kiss This Guy" in that song.
Yeah,
too.
you can't unhear it when you hear it once.
Excuse me.
Dude, Jimi Hendrix is great.
All right. I'll pour a little more neat, but man, actually, I am very pleasantly surprised. It's ice pours like this that remind me why we do this for science.
Yeah, science.
Oh man,
Great pour with ice.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought ahead of time? I
Oh
wouldn't have.
man, back to the neat pour. It is like peanut butter on the nose for me now. It is Booker's level of peanut butter on the nose for me now.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll be the judge of this. Just poured it a little more neat. No, it's too fruity, which I love. I love Jim Beam fruity. Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
So how do you feel about that $250 price tag?
That is the question.
Mm-hmm.
I would think about it. If I paid $350 for this Heaven Hill 19 and this is this good, I would argue it's better than the Heaven Hill 19 wheat.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point, actually.
Yeah. If I saw it, it'd be hard, but it'd be close. Like it's right on that level of like it is almost worth it. It is right on that level. So, all
right, I got my Diet Coke.
I'll go for it. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
All right, we're doing.
Make sure you get enough though. Yeah, that's a good amount. Yeah.
Oh, it's. I'm sorry, it's Diet Pepsi. Apologies.
Sorry, we gotta change our sponsor then.
Everyone tuning in who was looking forward to the Diet Coke pour, you'll be sorely disappointed. It's the Diet Pepsi in a Glen. The Diet Pepsi pour.
Are you more of a Pepsi guy or a Coke guy?
I'm only a Pepsi guy when I'm purchasing a mega pack because my mom's coming into town and she drinks the crap out of Diet Coke / Pepsi. So yeah, because they only sell Diet Pepsi at Costco. So
what brings family into town, Brian?
Diet Pepsi.
Okay. This episode is sponsored by Pepsi and Pepsi products.
Okay. First off, look at the color on this. This looks like a 13th Colony pour, right?
Yeah,
here.
I was about to say that looks like Garrison Brothers.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, this is a bunch of leftover Diet Pepsi from the last time Mom was in town. But I'll tell you, the nose on this Diet Pepsi pour is really great. It smells really sugary. It almost smells like root beer almost.
Oh, I love root beer. Good root beer. Dude,
that's great.
We should do 4 pours from now on.
The Diet Pepsi
Coke,
pour?
Or like cola. Yeah.
I'm glad we instated that just before the Christmas BTAC episode. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, you got 3 full bottles. No, I'm
I
kidding.
know. Yeah. Plenty
In
to
the
mix with
past,
Pepsi.
yeah, in the past we've gotten like 100 mil samples from Saz, even though
Right.
they never responded to us.
Yeah, this year was
It's
not our
okay.
year, I guess.
It's okay. We still got 3 others. So thanks to
Yeah.
Bryan.
Yeah.
And well, I'm gonna say it now. Eagle Rare 17 this year got 5 barrels on breakingbourbon.com,
I
which is
know.
really exciting. Yeah, because last year Eagle Rare 17 was prime whiskey,
Yeah.
like one of the best bourbons I've ever had, to be honest.
Totally
And
agree.
yeah, so I imagine this year's will be even better based on that score. So we'll see next episode, or no, yeah, it'll be next episode, right?
Right? Yeah.
No,
I
2
think.
episodes. 2 episodes from now.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It'll be like the
Because I think,
22nd or something.
yeah, I guess next episode we'll probably do the other beam thing, the Hardens Creek, maybe the Owl, unless you come up with anything better. Because I've been excited to try that one too. But anyway, the Coke pour, yes, it was delicious. It was
Nice.
just as you expected to be. There was no ethanol. It was like peanut butter Pepsi, baby.
As God intended.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Rate. So I'm gonna rate this off the best pour, which is the Diet Pepsi pour.
Nice.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Man. All right. So there's gonna be. I'm not sure I can detach the sentiment out of my mind with how much I love Knob Creek.
Nice.
So I'm gonna work my way up, and I'm gonna say, more pros than cons. Absolutely, clearly stands out. Absolutely, we're up in A territory now. Extremely solid, well-rounded, no substantial negative comment. Absolutely, I had nothing negative to say about this. So the question is, was this hubba to what? Did I immediately recognize this is special? Oh no. Let me try one more sip maybe while you go over your spiel. You get the last
I fall short of strong hubba to what. This does hubba to what to me and I always say 9.0 for my rating scale is hubba to what. I do believe this is hubba to what to the basic extent. I give this a 9.25. Great score. Haven't had a score like that in a while. Really impressive, especially, and I hate to put it through the filter of Jim Beam standard kind of stuff. This is top notch Jim Beam right here. And that's why I love it so much. Nice, beautiful, agreeable cherry, not maraschino, not Luxardo, like Bing, Michigan cherry festival cherries. I love it. This is great. This is, one of the best Jim Beam products I've ever had. And surprisingly so for a seemingly, at first glance, one would say, of course that's over oaked. This is not. This is beautiful, beautiful stuff. This is 9.25. I give it an A. I don't think it breaks into A+ territory, but it is a solid A.
Yeah. I am agreeing with you again on this. I as much as I want to, I can't give it the plus. I think so. I love the palate on this. The palate gets like 4.5 out of 5. I don't know. I'm making up a whole new rating scale now.
Totes.
But like the nose drags it down a little bit. I think I love the palate substantially more than I love the nose.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I do think that it's a great whiskey. I do think that like, I personally enjoy it very, very much. But when I sip something like Russell's 15, obviously, or even the single Rickhouse, like when the things lately that I've said, like this feels like a professionally and artisanally crafted whiskey. The intentionality went into this. Like, I don't feel like the Knob 21 quite measures up to that level of craftsmanship, but like I do still love it very, very much. But I would choose something like, Russell's C&E all day, every day over this, which
Mhm.
is frankly right in the same price point. Russell C&E was 300 and this is 250. I would
Yeah.
pay 50 more for Russell C&E all day, every day if I could, but you cannot. But anyway, yeah,
It
I love it. I give it the A. Um, it's just not quite to the level of me saying, like, I didn't throw my back into the back of my chair. I wasn't like, oh.
you didn't
So yeah,
slap your knee.
yeah, no knee slap in here. So it's just an A.
So that's the difference. And I will say this, and I hope I can stick to it in the future. A plus has to be, as I say, heavenly. Um, it needs to be a knee slapper. And so that was an A, not an A plus, but very good. I would, if you have $250 to blow, might be worth it.
And
When you see it.
just to, if you have $250 to blow and you already love Knob Creek,
Totes.
you will not be disappointed. If
Yeah.
you were
But
like,
yeah,
I've never liked a Knob Creek yet, should I give this a try? The
you
answer
should.
actually well, I was going to say the answer might be no, because
No,
like, because it's a
this is
lot
so
of
different
money.
than your average Knob Creek.
Okay, good. Well, I like the contrasting opinion. I mean that,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I feel like it's a guaranteed of, if you're a Knob fan, this is a no-brainer.
But like that lack of peanuts to me is so special. So anyway, um, let's send it to our next segment of the show. Now that we've given our ratings, that segment of the show we like to call Whiskey World News.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Whiskey World News, and today we're just going to go over a couple things that I've seen online recently. So I just wanted to point out, Coming Whiskey on Instagram, he had something recently. It was an Elijah Craig 15-year 90 proof. Cole, have you seen this?
No,
Really? Yeah. Okay. So what do you
never.
think? How's this hitting you? Are you excited?
Yeah, because here's why I'm excited, because C923 was 13 plus years and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
15 years, we'll see. But then again, we've had Heaven Hill products that are, over 13 years that are great, and it's 90 proof. Okay, so that's where it gets interesting, because then you're entering Elijah Craig 18 territory, which is not always a banger.
True. So let me make
I
up a
gotta
price point
know
for you.
though.
Let me
Uh,
make up a price point. This is
okay,
not, I've not seen this. This is Bryan making up this dollar
okay,
amount of
I'm ready.
$160. How would you feel about 159.99 Elijah Craig 15 90 proof?
110 max. 110 max.
Yeah, honestly, like with the kind of, I am a bit of a Heaven Hill homer too. I
Yeah.
think I'd pay like, well, I hope that this is 120, 130, but
Yeah.
honestly, just not a chance, man. And so talk about dumping barrels too, man.
Mhm.
These guys have more barrels than they know what to do with. This is
That's for
just
sure.
me. This is me theorizing.
Yeah.
And they're like, market downturn, we got to figure out what the crap we're going to do with this, because
Yeah.
we are not selling you enough Elijah Craig 18. What do we do? Quick,
Yeah.
let's make another SKU. Let's do Elijah Craig 15. Maybe we can sell barrels twice as fast, because we have two more SKUs now of basically the same product that's just 3 years apart.
Risky. Risky.
Whew,
I don't know. I
made
mean,
me
like,
wait for
yeah,
that one.
like what 18 Elijah Craig 18 is typically like 170,
No,
right?
I think it's 200 now. Yeah. Well, if anything, it's 180 MSRP,
Yeah.
but I want to say it went up. I think.
I would drink it at a bar
Yeah.
and then find out. But is it a batched product, I assume? Not like a single barrel 18?
You know what? Yeah,
I
I'll
gotta
have to
find out.
look. Yeah, but I like, honestly, if I was at Total Wine next week and this was there and I was like, oh my gosh, I heard about this, but I totally forgot. I didn't know it was coming out
Yeah.
now. And if I think my make or break on it, I would buy it for 139.99. I think I'd spend 140 on it. That's my personal break even.
115 is my final answer.
115, yeah.
Mm.
I pulled out the Breaking Bourbon or the friggin' Cumming whiskey
Cumming whiskey,
label.
yeah.
Yeah, what they had. Oh, there it is. Single barrel. I was looking for the word single barrel, and it's
Ooh, that changes things a little bit.
yeah, but like, why? Because you don't know if you're getting a good one or a bad one,
That's the thing. But then again, it might be like that's the thing. Like to me, it's like it might be one of the honey barrels.
It might
Uh,
be
yeah, but it might not be. Yeah.
the extra fun factor of rolling the dice. That's
But
what
then
gets you.
again, does Elijah Craig 18 typically blow your mind?
No.
That's the thing. That's
Uh,
the thing.
no, it
Yeah,
does
I
not.
agree. Yeah.
I think,
But
we
Elijah
just got
Craig
done.
21. No, go
I
on.
know, right?
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but please make it over 90 proof.
And make it pre-fire. Yeah.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The like Knob 21, like we just got done reviewing that, and like everyone understands my sentiment behind that. I feel like my sentiment behind Elijah Craig 18 is like a peg or two below Knob 21.
Yeah.
Like Elijah Craig 18 does not have the weight, it does not have the presence on the palate to battle with Knob 21. Like
Yeah.
Knob 21 is a killer pour versus
Yeah.
the Elijah Craig 18s that I've ever had.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't it doesn't stack up. And you know what too? From
Mhm.
a younger, less mature palate standpoint,
Yeah.
my wife loves this Knob 18 and Knob 21.
Nice. Mhm.
She's been drinking the heck out of these lately.
Nice. Gotta love
But
that.
I have given her Elijah Craig 18 before, and she just does not like it because, frankly, there's not a backbone of
It's
sweetness there.
weak.
Yeah, it is weak. That's it. That sums it all up.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The last reason I ever bought a Elijah Craig 18 was because my daughter's birthday was on it. That's about it.
Mm,
But it's worth it for that reason. But it's not always. But then again, it's a single barrel product, and like who knows, it might be a killer 90 proof whiskey.
true.
But for some reason, Elijah Craig 90 proofs are a little watery to me. So
Yeah.
that's it. But that was a great Whiskey World News because it really brought up a lot of thoughts.
You know
Were
what's
there any other releases that you wanted to
yes.
talk about, or was that
Yeah,
yeah?
it's
Please go
hilarious.
on.
I
Yeah,
didn't honestly, I didn't expect. Well,
no,
I
you're
figured
good.
you'd have heard of this already, so
No,
it was exciting to be able to break the news for you.
yeah.
And God, it's great. I'm watching the sun come in. The sun is coming up
Ooh,
here. This is just
right
gonna
on your neck.
we gotta finish the episode before it gets to here. All
Yeah. Then we'll do the
right.
re-entry buzz with it right
Oh
on your nose. Yeah.
yeah, it'll affect
Yeah.
my
Affect your
palate and everything.
impair your judgment. Yeah.
There was one other that I'll bring up here from
Okay.
Cumming
Bring it
Whiskey
on.
that I saw that actually genuinely excited me was
Nice.
Wilderness Trail 10-year age stated 122 proof weeded bourbon. But now get this. It is not the normal weeded mash bill of
Uh-huh.
24% wheat. It is a 51% corn, 45% wheat.
Dude, anything Pat Heist is putting out, I'll drink.
We should
That guy
email
is a
him.
scientist.
We should email him, actually. I'm
Dude,
going to email him.
please do.
Yep.
And we have a rule on Chill Filtered is if you reach out and get a bottle, you get to keep the bottle. So
I know. My
mhm.
on my
Where
prized
can you email now?
possessions shelf here, that one's the
Yeah.
7-year 100 proof rye that I got.
Dude,
Yeah, yeah.
their weeded bourbons are heavenly.
I
Like
know.
honestly. Like, yeah. What's their tip? Do we know their typical mash bill for their weeded bourbons?
X% corn, 24%
Okay.
wheat, and
Okay.
then Y%
Dude,
malted barley.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And like, dude,
64?
I mean, like everything they're putting out is on point.
Boom, look at this one. On the prized possession shelf here is the 8-year that they had.
Oh, weeded.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8-year, 64, is it? Is it? Oh, it's
You
not
should
on this
totally
one.
reach out to them.
All right. I'm quite sure it's 64, but Google it if you want to fact check me
Yeah.
and then leave a nasty review about inaccuracies later.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but anyway, so what
Mhm.
I want to know is I
Yeah.
would love to ask Pat this. Uh, I mean, the distillery is only 10 years old. So this is
Yeah.
a 10-year weeded bourbon, 5145. So were they doing some experimental stuff back in the day? And these are what I saw was it's a 3-barrel release.
Ooh,
This
makes it even
batch
crazier.
is a 3-barrel release. And so like maybe this was just an experimental thing when they were honing in on what they wanted their mash bill to be. And they let these 3 barrels sit for 10 years, the entirety of
Dude,
the life of the distillery.
I got 2 questions for you, Brian. How much would you pay for this bottle if you saw it?
So a large amount of sentiment goes into this too. Um,
Obviously, which is fine.
I
But
think
it's like true sentiment. It's like actual verifiable, like good stuff they're putting out. So go on, go on.
I would pay into the 200s.
Yeah.
I think if it was 300 or more, that's where I'd draw the line.
Hmm.
But I think, I'd go, I would be happy to pay 220, 240 for this.
Yeah.
And like, that's not what Wilderness Trail would sell it for. I'm sure this is
No,
going to be at their
they're
gift shop
reasonable.
for 80
Hmm.
bucks or whatever. But like, if people flip it and it shows up on secondary, and if it's like 240-ish, I'll pull the trigger on that. Yeah.
Dude. All right, here's my second question.
Yeah.
A few years from now, how much would you spend on a 15-year Wilderness Trail bourbon? Even if it's let's say it's a weeded bourbon. Let's say it's a weeded bourbon.
Yeah.
They're
And
weeded.
cask
Good.
strength. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Up to 400 probably then. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, Wilderness Trail is so good. I
Yeah.
need to buy me a new bottle
Talk
because I
about
think I'm
like
out.
intentionality and craftsmanship.
Oh,
Like no one has more intentionality than Pat
that's
Heist.
exactly right. And I forget what their process is for what do they call it? Something mashing, sweet mashing or something like
Sweet
that.
mash. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet mash.
and they don't boil it, but they like get it to a certain temp. Oh,
Yep.
Pat Heist, keep it coming.
I know, right? Real quick, going over
Mhm.
breaking bourbon scores
Yeah.
of the
Mhm.
BTAC line,
Oh, bring it on.
as you alluded
Yeah.
to earlier.
Mhm.
So I'm going from bottom to top score here.
Okay.
So here we go.
It's
The
Thomas H.
lowest
Handy.
the
Is it
lowest
not?
score is William LaRue Weller.
Oh, wow. Mhm.
Yeah.
Good
So
thing you didn't get that bottle this year.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They gave WW 3 out of 5 this
Ooh,
year.
that's low. And
Yep.
sometimes William LaRue can knock it out of the park.
I
Hashtag
know.
2021, baby.
Yeah, and to be fair, I didn't actually read the review. I was curious
It's
if
all
they
good.
said anything scathing, but anyway.
That's
Thomas
low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is low, frankly, because
Mhm.
Thomas H.
Yeah.
Handy got 3.5.
Okay.
Next one
Mhm.
up. Then the
Nice.
next one up is E.H. Taylor at 4.
Oh. Okay, 4. Still, that's decent. It's decent.
And I'm saying that one first because it's tied with Saz 18, which has my higher
Nice.
sentimental value.
Okay.
Saz 18 also
Still.
at 4.
Yeah. Did
George
George T. Stagg get a 4.5, baby?
George T. Stagg at 4,
My dog.
baby. And
Yeah.
as Cole alluded to earlier,
The highest 3 scores.
Eagle Rare 17. I know, right? Eagle Rare 17 at 5 out of 5. And like, I think to this day, still, they've only given out like 8 or
5 of them.
9, 5 out of
Yeah,
5,
yeah, just
like
like a few.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eagle
And
Rare 17, man.
I will recall our text chain where you posted a photo of Eagle Rare 17. You said, "Is good," or something along those lines.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
So I
Yeah,
can't wait to try it for our Christmas episode. So.
oh, that's great. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's shimmy on into what
Shimmy
whiskey
on
would you
down.
choose?
Mhm.
Got two for you this week here.
Bring it on.
First one from a while back, we asked you which would you have bought?
Mhm,
Knob
mhm, mhm.
21 versus a Four Roses single barrel select. And obviously, price is a factor here too, because that Knob
Totally.
21 is 250. That Four Roses is 100. And we
Mhm.
had 65 to 35 in favor of Four Roses single
Nice.
barrel select. So, like, I get it. I get it. But maybe we'll have converted a person or two after this episode, hopefully.
Mhm, mhm.
But we got some write-ins here. We got a picture from, oh my gosh, I can hardly read it, and I'm a
The
terrible person.
Moonshine Co.
The Moonshine Co. sent a picture, and I love the pictures. And I should have done my due diligence to zoom in, but it is an Old Forester 117 series. I want to say earlier when I was trying to peek, it said extra old, but nonetheless, it's a 117 series. Those are distillery only Old Forester releases, so that's a hard to find one there. We got
Nice.
Whiskey Shaman right in. He said Iron Root Republic Cellar Reserve. Oh,
Nice.
sorry. The question behind this is what's the last bottle you bought?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this is just what have you bought recently? Whiskey Shaman says Iron Root Republic Cellar Reserve. We got Kilted 518 Miles Ferguson here saying John J. Bowman single barrel, always solid. We got Madtown Marketer Ben
Nice.
Klepp Zig saying Heaven Hill 7-year, always solid. Everybody bought solid stuff here. We got Dramhound writing in. Dramhound says, it's been so long, I don't actually remember what the last thing he
I
bought
dig that
was.
Drimhound. Shows you
Yeah,
don't have a problem.
that's good. That's respectable. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so. It was Four Roses single barrel select, though, which I
Yeah.
believe is prevalent, not
Oh, it's
pregnant,
prevalent.
prevalent in the New England area. I think those are
Yeah.
all over there. And we got, speaking of prevalent, we got Cody Clark 88 saying literally both. I just
That's
did
so cool.
the short barrel OBSV from my group, his pick group,
Oh,
and the
cool.
Knob Creek 21. So he bought both recently. Cody,
Good
let us
spot.
know how you liked the Knob 21. Please.
Dude, let us know, Cody.
We are
Yeah.
all ears. And then the fun extra question we had recently was, what are you more excited for Thanksgiving? Because we recently had Thanksgiving here.
Mhm.
I put up the jellied cranberries still in the shape of the can. Got to have those ridges in the
Yeah,
middle.
you gotta have those
And
bridges.
Cole put up the cheesecake, and
Mhm.
astonishingly, the cheesecake won
Huh.
80 to 20 here.
Nice.
A lot
But
more
still,
people in favor of the cheesecake. Can't say I blame you though, especially if
I
it's
just read
Cole's
Robbie's
cheesecake.
answer for
No,
the
we're getting to
record.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah, we're getting to it.
Robbie's last here, but we got Kilted 518 Miles Ferguson here saying whatever meat I smoked for the meal this year.
Smoking meat.
Turkey breast and thighs. Heck yeah. Turkey
Nice.
thighs, dude. That's where it's at right there.
Mhm.
We got Whiskey Shaman saying Hawaiian rolls or my
Nice.
wife's homemade dressing. I love it. I love
Nice.
it. Madtown Market have been collapsing homemade butterhorn
I gotta
rolls.
look that up.
Yeah, butter horn. I'm not sure what the horn is there, but great aunt's recipe on that. Whiskey drinking panda wrote in. Haven't heard from you in a while. Good to see you. My
We
wife's
love the Mr.
yeah.
Joey T.
Yeah, any pandas are always welcome to write in, please.
Yeah.
Pandas of any variety, but the
Mhm.
whiskey drinking ones prefer my wife's pumpkin cheesecake the best.
Nice.
So we know which one he voted for on cheesecake versus
Mhm.
cranberries.
Yeah, he
Cody
did.
Clark 8080 says some perfectly cooked mashed potatoes, but they have to be perfectly cooked, apparently.
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
if you undercook it, forget
yeah,
about it.
I know, right? Out the window. We got Katie Walks here. Katie Walks right in. She says
Heyo.
mac and
Wait, are you sure
cheese.
that's not Curtis?
Yeah, Katie Walks.
I'll
Katie
believe you this time.
Walks.
Shout out to Katie. She's great.
Yeah. I think Curtis is like Ketlick or something on
Oh, you're right.
but
Shout
anyway,
out to
mac and
that
cheese.
cool girl.
No surprise for me there on the mac and cheese. But lastly, for what are you more excited for at Thanksgiving? Oh, yeah. The question on Instagram was,
Mhm.
what dish can't you take your eyes
Oh,
off
good
of?
answer.
Robbie Dedlow here saying, my smoking hot wife. So shout out
Shout
to
out to
Robbie.
Chelsea Dedlow.
Yeah, right.
That's great. I
All right.
love it.
Thanks, Robbie. Thanks everybody for writing in on those. And the question this
Mhm.
week is, how much sunlight would you prefer to be in your face while recording a podcast
Ooh, really brings out the blue in your eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Can you tell?
Yeah, heck yeah. Mhm.
The question this week is, what is your most memorable distillery
Tour.
tour? So obviously there will be a voting option for, I've actually never been on a distillery tour. We want to know, but
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you have, what is it? What is your most memorable distillery tour? So Cole, you go first. What you got?
All right. So in 2015, I started my blog. It is no longer a blog, but it was called whiskeygoals.com. It was how I worked my way towards getting an Eagle Rare 17. And I had a connection at Buffalo Trace because of that. And so when I traveled across the country, moving from Colorado to what do you call it, Virginia, where I moved at the time, I decided to stop in Frankfurt. And I reached out to said connection at Buffalo Trace, and I said, "Hey, I would love to, meet you, shake your hand." And he said, "I'm not going to be there this Saturday, as it was a Saturday, but I will set you up with Freddie Johnson and one of the other guys at Buffalo Trace, and we'll make sure you get a behind the scenes tour as well as kind of a standard tour." So not only did I get a Freddie Johnson led tour at Buffalo Trace, I was able to visit a few extra warehouses, Warehouse H, and where Blanton's is aged, and then also Warehouse X, where some of their really cool
Ooh,
experimental things are going down. And we
very
actually went
cool.
behind the bars. They put like prison bars on it basically to keep people out of it. And
Awesome.
I went behind the bars and took a picture with my wife. Really cool tour. I've had a lot of great tours in my day with whiskey, but there's nothing that beats Freddie Johnson behind the scene tour at Buffalo Trace. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, for me, it's got to be Bowman, John J.
Nice.
Bowman.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, help me out. I'm blanking on the name. What's our boy over there?
David Bach.
David Bach. Me
Yeah.
and Bach. If anyone's a Wicked fan out there. Anyway, yeah, I'm a huge fan. Anyway, just a very formative time in my
Yeah.
life. It felt like the culmination of my whiskey experience in
Yeah.
life. And then suddenly here I am interviewing David Bach, and then we ask him all these like nerdy like
Yeah.
questions of like, it would be so cool if we could like drink straight from a
Oh,
barrel.
he's
And
like, "Oh, that's
oh
easy."
yeah, not a problem, we'll
Yeah.
just go do that right now. It's like, and he just let us just romp
Yeah.
around the rick house, man. And
Dude,
like, we drank from this, we drank from that, we
we
drank
drank from
from
their unaged rye. Yeah.
we drank their unaged rye in a vat, new make rye. We drank from other people's single barrels.
It
We
was
drank
awesome.
from like everything, man. It was so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we tried Isaac Bowman port finish straight from the barrel.
Mhm.
God, like,
We
man, it
tried some of their
was,
Hungarian oak stuff.
yeah, which was,
And then on top of that, we drank some bottles that were just blow your mind good. Like we tried
yeah,
their like
sweet
batch
16.
whatever of Abraham Bowman that was like only like 3 barrels or something like that. I
Oh
forget. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, the cider cask
Oh
that's like
yeah. That was the one. Yeah.
usually only like charity raffles only.
Yeah. We
Like,
tried
yeah,
Sweet
yeah.
16, which is still one of the probably top 5 things I've ever drank. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's insane. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it for me. We're gonna put it up on a vote. We're gonna say, which one would you rather tour?
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace or with Freddie Johnson, or Bowman with David Bach? And we'll see how many votes David Bach gets versus the legendary Freddie Johnson.
Oh,
Or we'll
Kentucky bourbon Hall of Famer.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right? But yeah, that's it. So next week, what do you think about next week? Should we do Hardens, or should we put it up on a vote against something else?
I say we put it between 2 things. The first being Springbank 12 cast strength 2025 versus Hardens Creek. So
Sweet. I'm down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm down.
Scotch
You
versus
know what?
bourbon.
I almost mandated. I almost said, I really want to do Bruichladdich 18.
Mhm.
We've had that forever, and my bottle up there only has like that much left in it.
Just
So
enough
it's
for an
like,
episode.
yeah, I have to not drink that until we do the episode now. But
Mhm.
I purchased a Christmas bottle for myself from my wife
Nice.
for myself.
Nice.
And it is a brand new Bruichladdich 18-year
Nice.
experimental barrel that was
Ooh,
quadruple distilled, and then
that's gonna be crisp.
aged in bourbon barrel and not Sauterne. It was some other kind of dessert wine that actually it's a fortified wine that I don't remember the name of because it's
Okay.
something I'd never heard of before.
Nice.
But it's like 65-35 on that
Mhm.
blend. And because I had it in my head of like, when I finish that Bruichladdich 18, I'm going to get another
Yeah.
one because it's like my favorite scotch to date.
Good
And
stuff.
then this one came out. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to get that one. And it's getting
Mhm.
shipped to me from the distillery, like
Ooh,
straight from the distillery.
straight from
So,
Isla.
so
Straight outta
maybe
Isla.
we'll save the Bruichladdich 18-year-old action for the
Nice.
episode where we do that fun experimental thing too.
But then the episode after that, after this next week, it'll be our Christmas episode. So
That's true.
get
We'll
your gifts in if you haven't already,
drink some BTAC.
and prep your mind for some BTAC. 3 out of 6, not 3 out of 5. Three
That's
out of
true.
six. Yeah.
Yep.
hmm So I hope our listeners will appreciate the community we have and will be a part of our gift giving celebration this year for Christmas.
Well, I hope everyone in the community can be part of the gift receiving action.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Yeah, we had a good time last year in that way. Mhm.
I hope everyone who's signed up for Secret Sampler gets their
Yeah.
samples in a reasonable time this year. That uh, action is all done and the matches are all done,
Mhm.
and samples might even be on the way for certain people
Yeah,
by this time. And
I bet they
so
will be.
that train has left the station already. So
Yeah, I'm
cheers to
excited.
everyone part of the Secret Sampler this year.
Yeah, and I hope I spank you on the reentry buzz this time.
Well, I hope I remember to finally someday put a sheet up on this window over here.
Yeah. But I hope you know it's not that big a deal to see some sun on your face. But oh, that's bad. But most of all, viewers, listeners, we hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits.
Yes, I also always heard "Kiss This Guy" in that song
Yeah,
too.
you can't unhear it when you hear it once.
Excuse me.